Vivo Matsume.
Madaway ka.
Kulamante.
Yate.
Alito.
Sio.
Chigma.
Stongo.
Istongo. Stongo Oshkanyacha.
Bishkahanka.
Yeah.
Those
Yikes.
are the only things I know.
Calm down,
Mike Tagavin.
Darian. Calm down. I can't believe you just said that.
Why? She said
On
it
national
a lot.
TV.
Yeah, national. International. If anything, we got
Yeah.
we got people tuning in from all over.
Good afternoon.
I was saying she's a it's a biscuit hunker.
Good grief.
Wow. Do you
Started
know
off
what that
how
really
we-
means?
That's why it's cracking
Okay.
me up.
Okay, biscuit hunker.
I like that version better. It just sounds so stupid.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in with the Shine Arapaho Tribal Office of Recovery.
Yep.
Would you want to tell us a little bit about our grant or who we are, what we do?
I guess.
I
Yeah.
don't think people like really know, like when they tune in.
Oh, they're just tuning in.
Yeah, like
Well, to our two viewers.
yeah, two, and I
Yeah.
think they're right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to make sure that the audio's
Yeah.
working. But yeah, so
my
we
job.
are a grant recipient for a few grants. So we have the prescription drug monitoring program, which helps us with our prescription safety and like misuse prevention, overdose prevention, and kind of helps us be like a public health entity. We also have our tribal opioid response grant, and that kind of helps with our cultural recovery side, our resource mapping, and our sober living assistance. And then we also have our post overdose response team grant, which is kind of like more public health, more follow ups, more case management. Then we also have our advancing equitable harm reduction outreach grant, which is literally saving lives. And so,
Is that Leanna?
yeah, that's my mom.
Hey, boo.
Hi, mom. Get all sad.
You know, I don't like when y'all talk like
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking all lovey-dovey. But yeah, and so we just do kind of full spectrum, whether it's from we're helping somebody that's in active addiction or trying to prevent addiction, and then we're trying to help them along the way in their recovery journey. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we do. There's my
Well,
aunt.
thank you for breaking
She
that
said,
down.
All I heard was yikes. Don't want to know. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
say it again.
Good afternoon.
Ask Natalie what it means whenever. If she tunes in, you can say
Yeah. Biscuit hunker.
Yikes.
Yeah, or we need
That
Dana
makes
give it-
sense, though.
Yeah, it's synonymous.
Yeah.
It translates well.
It's the same.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, thank you. It is my 7-year married anniversary. And so,
Hey, all right.
yeah, it's hot in here.
Well, congratulations. That's it's a big deal. Very big deal. Considering yeah.
Who I am.
Yeah.
Who your dad was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
considering who my dad was this morning. You really go, you acting like that white man. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
your mom really did have a kid with a white guy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so too.
I don't know why, but don't get me started.
I know, already boiling.
Yeah. Because I was at that Halloween party too.
I know, I'll really be sharing. And just be laying here on the couch, and then
Yeah.
Barry be like, "I remember."
I was there.
Yeah,
I
I've
know.
seen it firsthand. It's hot over here.
It is super hot.
So they got our heater fixed for some reason. Which, I mean, if you can go without air conditioning this whole year, they decided to fix the heater. So now we're hot all year. Hot in the winter, hot in the summer.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense. Just hot. And then you have the fattest group up here where we're just all
Ooh.
fat boys. Yeah. All seeping over here.
Boat for days up here. Do we have any more comments, Mr. Rebellis?
Yeah. Misty says, "Good afternoon, you crazy goofballs."
Good afternoon, Misty.
And Stacy Star says, "Howdy, howdy."
How you doing? How you doing, Stace? Is that it? We're all caught up. We're good. We're good. We're
Well,
good.
all four people.
All of them.
All four people. Thank you for commenting.
Yes,
You know, we like to interact.
all of them have commented.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get those people that'll watch in the shadows, and then they'll
Yeah.
like we'll see them, and they're like, "I'm always scared to comment because you guys are rugged."
Yeah. I always want to say something,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but I don't want you to say anything about me.
Yeah,
yeah,
well, we don't say that much. I mean, depends on who it is.
we'll just give you hell.
It's good because some people have watched us so long they just comment
Automatic.
right along
Yeah,
with
like
us.
automatically.
It's like
just-
Misty, like she just tunes in right and says the same stuff that we're
Yeah.
saying all the time. It's great.
Oh, speaking of people that tune in, today is my sister Leslie Botone's 46th birthday today.
Mm,
I didn't know she was older than me. She's like a month older than me. I had no idea. I thought she was way younger than me. But yeah, she turns 46 today. So happy birthday, little sister. You know, it's
you
pretty
still
awesome.
call her little sister.
Little sister.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, big little sister. Yeah. I always thought she was younger. So in my head, she's going to be younger than me. But I turn 46 next month.
Yep, you guys are old.
Yeah. Don't talk to your dad like
Listen, when you're old, you're old.
that. Well, so what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is the Elders Conference in Clinton.
Yep, it's in Clinton. So you'll drive through your toxic wasteland of Weatherford, and then go to the Frisco Center, and then I think it's first 200 people. 200.
First 200
Yeah,
elders.
first 200 elders. But yeah, we'll have people set up out there. We'll be giving out. I think we have medication lock bags, pill organizers, condoms with elders.
They're
are
always a hit.
the biggest commodity out
I
there.
like when they come up and like, what are these?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then they open their purse and start loading up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
for my
in the bra.
grandkids.
It goes right
yeah,
there.
automatic.
Like, we know it's not for your
Yeah,
grandkids.
you don't have to lie to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be having. We'll also have syphilis tests. So if you want to, test somebody out before you make a move, prick their finger real quick,
Yeah.
and then bam.
He gave it to me a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to see where I got it.
Well,
that Narcan, all sorts of normal stuff that we have.
If you test positive for syphilis, you'll always test positive.
Mm.
That's what I'm learning after, kind of being around some testing sites.
Mhm.
Is that if you test positive for syphilis one time for the rest of your life, you will always test positive.
But they got treatment for it.
But they have treatments
all sorts of
today.
stuff. But yeah, they said syphilis is rampant in the elder population. So everybody in these ILCs and stuff, we're gonna have to just drop off a bunch of
Yeah. And
condoms or something.
there's been a rise in sexually transmitted diseases in the Native American population in Oklahoma. It doesn't, I think they have special or, some geographical areas that they try to focus on, but
Yeah, I mean it's bigger than it.
it's bigger than,
Than it
it's,
usually is.
it's probably harder on rural communities. Rural.
The ones that not cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's never, you can never be too careful.
The ones that don't have ERCs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that don't have ERCs.
Yeah, that's where it's rampant. It's an outbreak.
But yeah, that'll be tomorrow from, what is the time? 10 to 2? 10 to 5?
I think
9 to
it's
5?
I think it's like 8 to
8 to 5? What
to
the?
2.
No, they feed them breakfast
they
every
do
time.
breakfast.
The
and they have their
Nishkits
little
and the Nawals are getting
Yeah.
up early.
And then it always cracks me because like they always like go into the tables and stuff, and then they're like, we have a program in here, and they're like, tell all these elders to go inside. I'm like, we're not telling them. Like,
I know,
we're
like
gonna get
trying to
in
get
trouble.
it.
Yeah, like
We're
all
gonna
the
get
time.
lectured the whole time, and so yeah, it's pretty cool. But,
I like it. I like the interaction, and it's just, like some people really don't know about our program.
Mhm.
So, there's always that. Or I like it whenever they come up to our table and there was somebody that doesn't know our program. It's like they just fill them in, and I like to hear,
their view of
yeah,
us.
their view of what we do. So that's it's kind of funny
Mhm.
in a way, but you know, it's just the interaction with the elders that I like.
Yeah.
I don't think we're around them enough.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I mean, because like, and then you just get like a lot of like tips and pointers or
Mhm.
suggestions. And so
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that we're good at is like listening to what we can change, what we have the ability to change, and then how we can make it the best. And so I think it's great that people like are comfortable voicing their opinion on us, and it's never like negative.
Oh yeah.
It's usually like, hey, could you guys go to this spot or do something over here and all that stuff. Like today we got asked to do a podcast in Hammond with like the school.
Really?
So yeah, it was Terry that was that, but he's an elder. So
Would
But
you
yeah,
say?
I said I don't know. I'm trying to buy this flannel.
Oh, they were wanting to do it today?
No.
No,
It's just
the
anytime.
future, yeah.
Oh, I would love to because I got family over there.
Mhm.
I'd love to
So,
sit down with them and
maybe
just.
it'll be like a because we were talking about doing hand drums out there, so maybe it'll just be a combined thingamabob.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I got. My brother's kids go to school out there in Hammond. And I got a couple of other relatives that live out there. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll try to figure out when we can
Definitely.
do that. But yeah, it's just kind of like that, where it's just like open suggestions, and then like we'll try to do what we can to, help out and see where it takes us. And so yeah, it's worked.
That's
good
cool.
this far.
I would like to be a part of that.
We'll see.
Wow.
Maybe you'll go.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
See if,
never mind.
if you're even interested in doing a podcast or not, I don't even know.
I made my famous cake today.
Yep, it was pretty good
Famous.
But you changed
with
something.
protein milk.
Yeah, I use protein milk, and so that's not dairy milk.
No, it's lactose free.
Yeah, it's like.
Is it really?
Mhm.
I had no idea.
But it was delicious, just because of the flavor that it added to it.
Yeah.
It was good. I
Well,
liked it.
I made some great chili. I don't know if it was great.
Nah.
I made chili.
I don't.
And-
I don't.
Oh, that green pot was the
I
best.
had the green pot.
Well, I mixed
I'm done
them.
being nice.
I mixed them. I got a scoop of yours and a scoop of
That was gonna be
Tatum's.
nice.
Hers was
Yeah.
kind of runny.
Well, I had.
See.
Okay, here's my take. Is like if you're making chili, it's supposed to have some kind of chili in it.
Mhm.
To me, like, and hers was like
Like
it was more
tomato
like it was
sauce.
almost
and-
like taco soup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
Yeah, it was real runny.
So, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Well, clearly I won the contest, so I mean,
Yeah, clearly I
I
had
was
chili.
first place out of two.
I had stew. It
Yeah,
was a
on
chili cook-off.
I won on a technicality.
Then I was
Still
trying
won.
because I was trying to figure out which bread I was going to take, and she was like, "I made hot honey cornbread." She was like, "But it's not that great." I was like, "So I'm not going to choose that
Yeah.
one, I guess."
Yeah.
So
Hot honey
there's this little
cornbread.
heart.
I had like 5 bowls, so
Yeah, it
it
was
was
good.
bad. 5 bowls and then
It's
some
the
cake.
thought that counts.
Yes. She's never going to want to cook
I
again.
know you guys are just ripping into her.
Well, she.
Tatum, they said your chili sucked.
We didn't say that,
No.
but it started all bad when she was like, "I know I'm late, but I'm also making chili, so does it really count?" And you were like, "The rest of us made food too, and we were here on time."
For real.
Yeah.
And it's like she just made it this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, like
Slaving away since
got up at 9 and started cooking.
Yeah.
Got
Oh,
up at
yeah.
9.
Got up at 9 and
9
started
a.m..
cooking.
Sorry, this chili's killing me. Barely took it, the meat out of the fridge.
Mine was code.
Yeah.
But-
Goodness.
oh well. Where's Domingo at?
He left because
Yeah.
he had to get Suda.
Yeah, he had to pick up Suda.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's probably pulling Mingo things. He's probably dancing somewhere, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, call me.
Yeah, call me
Tell-
and say that.
Say
she's sick or
Suda
something.
needs to get picked up."
Shows us the number.
Yeah. Like we have it
Courtney picking her
memorized.
up using their phone.
They got a burner phone that just they save it as data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's Tita?
He was down there,
Downstairs,
doing
sewing.
sewing something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Ron? Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Shayna's at home.
Shayna's at
She's
home.
in quarantine.
Raina and Sean.
That's what we got on. But yeah.
Well, we better get into this reading because I'm over here
sweating,
burning
No, we have
up.
to find an air conditioner.
Stacy says, I'll be here. I know y'all would miss me if I wasn't.
Mhm.
I know that's right, Stace.
Sarah Lynn said, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, Fair?
And Leslie gets on and says, good afternoon, brother. I'm having a good birthday.
Hey,
Then
happy birthday, little big
Brianna
sister.
gets on and says, good afternoon.
Who?
Nova Kane.
Nova Kane. How you doing, baby?
Then Rossi says, good afternoon, brothers.
Brianna, you need to let me know what you all want to do for Thanksgiving. Am I cooking? Is your grandparents gonna come over and eat with us? Let me know so we can make plans today.
Wow.
Like family conversation real fast.
Well, it's free. Save me my battery. Yeah.
Like it's not
Make
playing
sure
the
everybody
I
can
buy
read your
minutes.
message.
I buy minutes.
Had the same minute card from years ago.
Yeah.
Track phone ran out. Yep.
Yeah.
Track phone, exactly.
Hear my beeper?
Yeah.
His two-way.
Yeah.
Hit me up on my two-way.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Reading.
Listo? All right. November 13th. My grandfather survived on this earth without using anything that did not go back into the earth. The whole world could learn from that. Floyd Westerman, SIOUX. Our grandfathers knew how to live in harmony. They did not create poisons or technologies that destroyed things. They did not make their decisions based on greed or for selfish reasons. They did not take more than they used. Their thoughts and actions were about respect. The elders conducted themselves in a respectful way. We need to consider our actions around respect for Mother Earth. My Creator, have the grandfathers teach us today about the old ways.
How about you go first for once?
Me?
Yeah.
All right, I got to read what I just read.
Process.
Yeah.
Got to process.
Analyzing right now, you're about to see my thinking process. I think the most thing kind of that sits with me, it's
most
more
thing?
of the most thing that's sticking out the most, more than anything ever, is it's all about kind of like that moderation. It's don't take more than you need. I think that was instilled on me a long time ago. Whenever we would go with my family to either pick cedar and clean it or harvest sage, and you would always offer something when you were taking any kind of gift from Mother Earth. And we could always see that if you took too much, that would just cause another ripple effect of where you're going to lose out on that medicine because it doesn't have enough time to grow, or it can't grow because it keeps getting harvested too early or too often. And so a lot of this kind of can translate just with anything is don't let greed consume your life. You don't need all the money in the world to live right. You don't need all the fancy things in the world. You don't need all these material items to get you through the day, because like back then we didn't have all these opportunities to just get tons and tons of stuff for no reason. And so I think it kind of ties in with how we kind of operate. So like we try to provide people with just the necessities, just with hygiene every week, stuff like this, where after a while they realize they don't need to be in that survival mode. They can be in that moderation mode to where they know, well, we're going to be there to help them out, and then they kind of adjust how much they take. And then we're seeing that now to where we can help more and more people instead of just helping a few people. And so it does translate with different aspects of life. And I think it's a blessing that once you realize like the small amount you need to get through the day, it'll kind of reflect, it'll go passed on to your children to where they know they don't need everything in the world to be happy. And so you can just live a minimalist life and still have the best life out there. And dang, see, this is greed right here. Look at all this smoke. Just putting a whole mound.
Yeah.
But it can be taught and passed down that moderation is key, and greed is not who we are. It's easily to get engulfed into greed, but as long as you can figure out what method works for you to prevent getting sucked into material things or anything like that. Just coming back to, the culture. Like, all you need is just a little bit to heal you, to practice your traditions, to go burn some medicine, and that's all you need. It's just about going back to uh, making sure that there's enough for everybody, because the Mother
Mhm.
Earth will provide for everybody. But if you have a few people taking too much, that's whenever you see it causing sickness in the communities or anything like that. And so that's what I got.
I like that. Mm. You sound like a dog. Do we have any comments, Fry?
Mr. Givens says, "Do beans go in chili?"
That's the real biscuit. Huh?
Yeah,
Biscuit hunker.
Biscuit Hunker
Biscuit honker.
is Mr. Gibbons.
Would you like to go, Mr. Revelis?
Cash Kazera says, "Wish I could
Yes,
have
beans
deer
go.
soup for Thanksgiving."
Beans go into chili,
Hey.
100%.
And Brianna Little Raven says, "Period."
Period.
Neff."
Neff.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Clock it,
bruh.
bruh. No cap.
Stay Sigma. We're
Stay
based.
Sigma. Base. No mid.
Yeah.
You want to go?
There's no mid around here.
You want me to go?
Yes, I
Everything
want
mid
you
is
to
my
go, Mr.
midsection.
Rebelis.
Oh man.
Keep going.
Yeah. Just keep on
Yeah.
laying out all the slang there.
Yep.
No. You kind of nailed it all on the head. It's like there's nothing. We're raised in a manner that I just remember specific things my mom always used to teach us is that you always make sure everybody else is taken care of, and you don't ever waste anything, and don't ever make more than what you're going to use or take anything more than what you're going to use. And so I remember specifically being taught when I was younger about giving offerings and making sure that not just the people we were trying to take care of were going to be taken care of, but also we honored, our elders and our ancestors that had gone on before us to make sure that they were taken care of too. And I remember how specific it was for that process and how important it was to give honor to the ones that were taking care of them, and that you were to sit in the quiet while it was going on, make sure that they did it in the right manner and that it was all taken care of in that way. And so I think it's just those small things that I know that even my children haven't got to witness yet, just to have that respect for how we used to be with Mother Earth all the time, and how that respect is passed down. Like, I haven't got to show them that yet, and I really want to be able to do that and show them how important it is that because we live in a world now that it's just so easy to waste different things, whether it's food or because we have picky eaters. My girls are picky eaters, and if they don't feel like eating whatever it is that we're doing, then, and we never got that choice. Like, you ate what was made that night, and you sat down until you ate it.
Or had it for breakfast.
Yeah. Or you're going to be sitting there
We're
all
both.
night.
Yeah.
So I mean,
For breakfast anyway.
so that's just, those are the things I remember specifically about this, but also remember how important she made it, because she didn't just talk about it. She would sit you down and literally have the discussions with you about it. And that's how important it was to respect everything that was given, to respect everything that you were taking, and that because whatever you take and you take in excess is going to, you might be having somebody else that's trying to come and do the same thing, and they may not be able to get it. And so I think that's why I am the way I am now, is that if we're eating somewhere or anything, I always try to make sure everybody else eats first before I even try to do anything. And that's just what she always taught me. And I remember there was one time before I knew that, the Chiefs here are supposed to eat last. Before I knew that, I got in an argument with Bruce one time. And I was like, no, man, you need to eat. You're elder. You need to go. He's like, no, you need to go first. And I was like, no. I was like, I don't have to. I was like, you need to go eat. And I was
just starving him.
Yeah. Yeah. And so finally, I think it was Winona came up and was talking to me. She's like, no, he has to wait. And I was like, what?
Mhm.
And so, still getting educated. But that was like years ago. Whenever
That's
she
before
first
you were
told me.
old.
Yeah.
Decrepit.
Yeah. Now I'm an elder.
Tattered.
No, I'm just kidding. But
Worn.
Yeah, I like
I'm not wearing that purple shirt again.
that. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like
That's
how
just
you
what I
broke
remember
that
about all
down.
that. Yeah.
Well, I forgot what we were talking about. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
The heat.
How hot it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
We're about
The
to get
heat.
greedy with the air conditioner. That's what we're talking
Definitely.
about.
turned it on. I
well,
told Barry I don't think that they must have turned it off or something.
Yeah.
got a bunch of Nishkits and Nawals in this building. So, they're getting greedy. Yeah.
Yeah. I know we
No.
got blankets to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't got air conditioners to go around.
Well, what I kind of, what I thought about was, the way he was explaining how his grandfather never like lived outside of his means. Like everything that he took, he was able to give it back to the earth. And the whole world could learn something from that. Um, I know growing up poor, I'm from Thomas, Oklahoma. There's not a lot going on over there, I mean, there is a way, but it just kind of seemed like when you're raised by some women, the opportunities weren't as great for them. Like there was only so many cleaning and nursing and those types of jobs, cashiers or whatnot, cooks, um but and I thought because I wore hand me downs, sometimes I didn't get new shoes. I got someone's old pair of shoes, and like I would be embarrassed, and I thought of myself less of because of those things. And but today, it's like I can appreciate those things because those moments didn't define who I was. Like it yeah, it probably got everybody beat up around me, but
That defines who
yeah.
I was.
you know but I can remember feeling like like I wasn't good enough because I didn't wear Umbro, I didn't wear Nike, like I didn't have all this name, nothing name brand. I mine came off the sale rack at Walmart and Kmart. Sometimes even shoes, basketball shoes. Everybody else would have Nikes, and I'd be the only one in Voights. Like
Some
yeah,
Shaqs.
shit. Those were way better than Voights. Because whenever I would pivot or whatever, my foot would slide. It would leave a big black mark on the. That was my life though. Like and I can look back and I can say like I watched my mom and my grandma, they really, really sacrificed and worked hard for what they had, and then so coming up with that kind of upbringing and understanding, how important um, it is to understand what necessity is, and I may not have everything that I want, but I promise you, I got everything that I need, and just thinking about this reading, I mean, I can definitely, learn something from that because I mean, like you were saying, people always just want. It's always what can they do for me, and it's never, what can I do for somebody else. And I think that's one great thing about having this job is, going to help out the unhoused population and seeing like realizing how close I was to being in their shoes. How close I was to being, in that exact situation. And sometimes I was, but it's because I was selling drugs that, I wasn't exactly homeless. So I mean, just seeing today, like, just understanding how sometimes my want seems bigger than my need, and I let that get in the way, quite a bit. I let that control, like um whenever my kids were little, because I wasn't around like I should have been, I was always trying to overcompensate.
Mhm.
Buying the iPads, giving a little 3-year-old an iPhone. Like
It's got iTunes on it.
yeah, that didn't even work. Just giving it to him, like I got this for $20.
Old pairs.
Yeah, and it was like they never, you know, how responsible do you expect them to be? And they would trash it. They would get tore up, and same way with gaming systems. And then it got to a point where it's like, hold up, like now, like having that talk with my kids, and like, we don't need to do that no more. We're not going to do these real expensive, like I'm not overcompensating anymore. I can be there in the moment. So I asked my son, like, what do you want for Christmas? And he told me, I need some new books. And I was just like, like that was like a shining moment for me, like wow, my kids, their grandma and their aunt like really instill like what education is, and how important reading is. And like I was proud of that. Like I can just get a gift card. Yeah, I ain't got to go shopping. Yeah, just get a gift card and give it to them. And but like um there's just so many like lessons, because I'm always trying to do more for my kids, like than needs to be done.
Yeah.
But it's the simple things that improve our relationship. It's the little things. It's being present. It's paying attention. That's one thing when they came over last time. Before they would come over and they start watching TV, and I would just go to my room and start watching TV. Until we were going to go eat, or until whatever it is we were going to do. But this time, like I just sat in there with them, and just kind of just sat there, and I could tell they were kind of getting tired of me, you know. But I mean, like, because I missed them, I didn't get to see them for a whole month, and it just made me realize like that's what's important,
Yeah.
is to be present and to not think that I have to overdo it, just to be a dad. So like there's important lessons that I can teach them. I used to think, like, how can I make up being gone all them years, while in my addiction? Like how can I make up for that? What can I do? And that's where my mind goes. But honestly, it's I get to honor them every day by remaining sober, and constantly working on myself. Like when I seen how important that is. And because they lost their mother to this disease, and that's part of the reason why I got sober, is because my kid's mother, rest in peace, Summer Hamilton, she lost her life to this disease. And I understand that I can't go back and change what happened, but what I can do today is I can keep working on Barry and understand what's important, and not get too greedy with thinking that I deserve, like, oh, I'm sober now, like, I can look down on other people.
Yeah. Bow to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I can see somebody in public, and it's funny because I'm blind and I can't really always see who's waving at me. We'll walk past somebody and she'll be like, that person was waving at you, and I always say, well, who was it? She's not from here, so she's like, I don't know.
Some native dude.
Yeah, but I always try to acknowledge people. I rubbed elbows with some of the roughest people in town, like those were my people, like that's where I was comfortable. And just because I got sober, I don't try to overdo it today and be too good. Those are my people. That's who I can connect with. So I mean, there's just so many different ways I can look at today's reading, but keeping it simple, because I'm the one who likes to complicate everything. but keeping it simple is, there's a right way to go about what you need, not what you want. There's a right way to go about what you need. And sometimes the creator just allows you to get it in, a little bit at a time, because I understand that at some point I wasn't ready for everything that he was ready to give me. I'm on his time. I don't, not that I don't deserve it, but I'm just not ready spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically. So I mean, there's just so many different ways that I look at necessity, and telling the difference between necessity and what do I want. You know, I used to be a baller. I want to be a little bit taller. Yeah.
Be a shot caller.
Yeah.
Then probably
But no, that's all I got.
wants an Impala.
I seen some.
26 blade.
Yeah. See. See.
Leslie says, I want some of my brother's cake. She also says, my brother needs to go outside and cool off.
I know you really.
I know, right? I'm over here burning down.
David Deere says, good afternoon.
Stongo.
Alan Fletcher says, what happened to Tom running turkey and his brother Tim running turkey?
What happened?
When they got into a fight at the Wellbriety meeting.
What happened?
They knocked the stuffing out of each other.
I love what. I love Alan, man. He's funny. He's funny.
Christy Coombs says, being in recovery taught me to be more grateful for what I have and don't have, teaching me contentment in all situations. That's what I'm teaching my kids now. No more guilty parenting, raising respectful and responsible adults, at least trying to. They're still going to make their own decisions in life. Just hope and pray I've done right by them.
Wow, I like that. I love that. Thank you for commenting that, because that's a great point.
And Jerika says, amen.
Oh,
no, that wasn't.
Wait.
Yeah.
Erase that comment.
Okay, let me get on here real fast.
Erase it.
Oh, put it on the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Oh, hell.
go.
Just kidding, Rika.
Drew Willie says that part. And Auntie
Oh.
Shirlene says, I had a conversation with Justice the other night about while I was in active addiction, I was unable to, my kids now, they are much older and live away from me, but anytime they call or send messages, I am fully aware of them still needing a relationship with me. We talk every day, either by phone call or a quick message.
I love that. And I love my nephew Justice. I think about him quite a bit. So next time you talk to him, man, tell him his uncle shouted him out, and he loves him. Shout out to your cousin, boy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Justice.
There he said, I said hi.
Yeah.
Boy.
Ooh, someone's phone's ringing.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think it's yours.
But yeah, what, like, I like that, because we live in different times, different, like, what do you think that means when they say that everything that he has, he can give back to the earth? Like, I think about, like ancestral days, when they lived in teepees and they depended on nothing but the land, and they wore all their clothing came from, the four-legged, and all of our ceremonies were surrounded by, whatever but then I think about, as Cheyennes, we used to have a ceremony called the animal dance. And I was told that the reason why they quit having it is because they couldn't find, that medicine anymore to that helped them have that ceremony. So I can't even imagine, like, and it was, we would have air worship, then we would have Sundance, and then we would have the animal dance. Like, I can't even imagine, like, how that affected our people by thinking, like, we can never ever have this ceremony again. because we can't ever find, I mean, so I think even back then when they were realizing these things, like I bet you at one time, that medicine was plentiful.
Yeah, it was probably just kind of like how Buffalo were,
Yeah,
where they started executing because it was like what kill one. What every buffalo dead was like 10 natives or something
yeah,
like that. I can't
yeah.
remember.
The way they figured it.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like along those lines where they knew there was something drastic that was going to happen, where it's a reduction in uh, our lifestyle, and it's literally
Mhm.
just because of other people's greed or manifest destiny or anything you want to call it.
Yeah,
And so it was something that we weren't even used to because back then it was like we all had the same values. It seemed like to where everybody was on the same page about moderation. Greed was not a factor. It was all about just living in a good way and giving back to the earth. And so I also think the meditation where it says everything that he had, he was able to give back. I think it also has to do with teachings where it's teaching your family and everything about the way of life so that way they can learn and then give back also. See, Janet.
yeah. Janet agrees. Yeah, that's a great point. And it's so like where I always try to break that down. Like, how can I apply that to my living today? And I was trying to get into that, but I don't think I even really talked about how I can use those same, those same that same process to go about my day. And I think it starts with me. Like, if I want that type of mentality, I think the physical part that I can do myself is I can offer a prayer. I can put down some tobacco. I can burn some medicine. I can get in the right headspace, and kind of clear my mind and just kind of um I wouldn't say that exact thing, but to me it would be like, uh use me as you would need to use me. Let me get out of your way and allow you to do with me what you must. And as long as I'm able to do that, I feel like it you know where one blanket closes, another one opens. So to me, like that like that's just how I start my day. That's just part of like who I am today. It's so easy, like whenever I read these readings and I want to apply those things to my life, I sit down and I pray. I pray about it. And it's not going to show up exactly how it says in the book, but I want to be aware of when these changes do come. And sometimes it'll be months down the road, and I can look back at a time like right now, and it'll be months down the road, and I'll realize, like, wow, like that.
That was
It
the key.
that was the key. It didn't happen the way that I expected it to, but it's always the awareness of how I can apply these things to my life, and whenever they actually take shape, like what it actually looks like. So I like that. Hmm. Jenny, you got anything rugged to say?
Always.
She said,
Always.
Chris. Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah.
Ah, raw and rugged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll be at Elders Conference tomorrow. Are we going to do the podcast there?
You can.
They
I'll be
have
here. I haven't
Wi-Fi
seen
at Frisco.
Yeah, we did last year.
Okay. Yeah, so that'll be cool. Maybe we have some elders on.
Yeah, we tried, but they were too busy.
Well, if my
Wakanda.
mom's there, I'll make her get on.
Yeah, just
If
fine.
she's not, then we'll still do it anyways.
Yeah. Worst case, you get Janet. Oh, worst case, you won't get Janet.
How come you're not going to be there? You don't. It's not an invited thing. You just show up.
I don't even think we found.
We didn't. We don't
We're
do
just
that.
showing
We're
up.
just showing up.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna bring our own table. No, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day you guys will be
You know,
cool enough.
maybe one of these days you'll get it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
right.
right.
That's the
Mm.
real reason none of them are coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's where it didn't last year. I sent my stuff and
and yeah, some kindergartners
some
wearing it.
kindergartners stole my stuff. No, somebody. I sent my gourd box out there, and whenever I got it back, my sash with the beaded,
Your blanket was gone too.
my blanket was
Yeah.
gone.
It's all short on some fourth graders.
Yeah,
Just
some
down to their
second
knee.
graders
Yeah.
flossing around, looking keen. Well, that's all I really got.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
Nope.
Well, we thank you everybody for tuning in. Happy birthday, little big sister.
Dave says, "Can he get a shout out to Auntie Sandra here at South Coast?"
Who?
That's what it says. Auntie Sandra. Sandra?
Just say it. Just say it.
Just
You
say,
don't have
hey.
to know who you're talking about
Yeah.
as long as you say it.
It's
I
just
want to give
what
a
it says.
big.
There's one person I want to say hello to.
Now we're gonna give a shout out to all the clients at South Coast Behavioral in Oklahoma City, but especially
Auntie
Auntie
Sandra.
Sandra.
He'll never forget you.
I'll never ever forget you ever again.
You know the best part is I know right whenever this live ends. Oh, it's Auntie Sandra. You gotta know. Yeah, I already know it.
No, but my brother Dave's doing great work over there. You know, we appreciate, what him, Dallas, Robin,
Sandra.
Auntie Sandra.
Justin, Shannon. Like, there's just so many. Aaron, there's just, that's all family over there. Auntie Sandra, but there's just so many peeps over there that I believe in, and I see the great things that they're doing in our community. So to the clients, sit down, close your mouth, and open up your ears, and more importantly, open up your mind and open up your heart, and allow these things that are given to you, and allow them to take shape in your life. So we believe in you. So, Mado Biscuit Hunker.
Wow. Yeah, good job.
Drew Willie says, "Good podcast today, Uncle's good way." And Aunt
Eat
Millie
it,
says, "How do I get one of them shirts, Barry?"
Hey, I got this at
Portland.
Portland. This was the All Addictions Wellbriety Conference. So this is the shirt that you got for going to the conference.
He'll sell it to you.
But I
he won't wash it.
think if you go to whitebison.org,
Yeah, the Wellbriety store.
Wellbriety store, they should have these on there. So, but yeah, whitebison.org is where you can get all your Wellbriety merch.
Dave said she's the one that's been nursing our nephews back to health.
Oh, and that busted toe. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
So we appreciate you.
He's having a personal conversation with Dave right now. Yeah.
You got Janet over there. Ew. Yeah, what you
Dave knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's why I said he's having a personal conversation with Dave right
No
now.
idea. No idea
what he's
I'll
saying.
tell you afterwards. Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh,
But
yeah, that Auntie
Yeah.
Sandra.
we appreciate, and I do got family over there. I got my nephew, my brother, my ex is over there, so,
Which one?
we need all of our family members well when they come home. So, we really appreciate, what y'all are doing over there. So, eat the tea. Pivot. Oh,
Let me change the camera to where y'all real close, real fast.
no.
Style.
I'm not doing that.
All right.
It's too damn hot. It's too damn hot.
All right.
Well,
Thanks for joining us.
Like, share, follow. Tell your mammy about us, and we will see you tomorrow.
Hey,